What's going on YouTube? JT Born here, and welcome back to some new MonsterVerse news. This was just announced last night, but we finally have a confirmation of who will be directing the next film in Legendary's MonsterVerse. So, Legendary's Godzilla x Kong follow-up finds new director in Grant Sputore. The filmmaker is known for the 2019 Hilary Swank sci-fi movie I Am Mother. So, I have never seen that movie. I haven't really heard about this guy until this announcement. So he did post on Instagram talking about how he's been a giant monster fan since he was a little kid, and he can't wait to see what he brings to the table for this thing. So, yeah, I mean, Legendary's once again doing that thing where they kind of pick a smaller time, like more independent type director and then kind of latch him onto a big franchise. They did this with Gareth Edwards after he did Monsters, Jordan Vogt-Roberts after he did his thing. Michael Jordy actually did do some smaller movies like Trick or Treat, and then he went ahead and did Krampus, but he already had a working relationship with Legendary beforehand. But those weren't like mega huge movies. So Mike was the only one I really kind of knew ahead of time. Well, actually, Adam Wingard was as well, because Adam did smaller films like You're Next, and he also did like The Guest, and he also did some other kind of hit or miss types movies. Blair Witch, for example, is a movie that actually made me feel kind of physically sick leaving the theater because of the shaky cam. I mean, I'm somebody who gets nauseous to like first-person shooters. And then, of course, we had the Death Note movie, which came out right before he did GVK. So there was a lot of hesitation on him making it. But, his vision for the MonsterVerse proved to be very smart, and now the franchise is kind of more successful than it has been ever. So, yes, so we'll see what Grant brings to the table. So Legendary's MonsterVerse has found a new master disaster. The studio's tapped Grant Sputore, I think as he pronounced it, to direct the next theatrical outing in the franchise following March's Godzilla Kong the New Empire. Story came from World Commercials and is a feature director like I Am Mother starring Hilary Swank. The film bowed at Sundance before hitting Netflix in 2019. I checked, it had like they had positive reviews online, so we'll see what he brings to the table. So the new MonsterVerse features described as a continuation of the franchise, starring on Godzilla, Kong, and an assortment of other titans. The script comes from the prolific scribe Dave Callahan, known for Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So this is following Wingard's departure, because Wingard went ahead to do his own thing. And, challenging times of MonsterVerse, they're kind of talking about this thing. And, GXK is within $1 million of passing Kong Skull Island to becoming the highest grossing MonsterVerse film of all time. It's a $2.5 billion franchise. And you got Legacy of Monsters Season 2, which is going to be filming this year from what I've heard, and then probably dropping sometime next year, which, it'll be a little bit of a gap between seasons, but, those VFX take time to do. So that'll be our next big, MonsterVerse thing. It'll be Legacy of Monsters Season 2, and then, of course, they have the spin-off stuff coming up. But, yes, so no idea, not much, to know of, when it comes to this guy. I guess he's Australian, so they're bringing... Maybe the next movie he'll go to Sydney or something. I don't know. But I do wish him the best. And it's kind of great that the MonsterVerse at least gives newer directors an opportunity. Because Wingard is the only one who came back to do a follow-up, because he kind of had more story to tell. Because, Gareth was slated to do it, but then he did Star Wars, and that kind of broke him. And he was kind of exhausted by that point, which understandable, because Rogue One, I guess, went through a lot of reshoots. But hey, it's the only good Disney Star Wars movie, in my opinion. And then, of course, Jordan just did his movie, and then he hasn't really directed any other movie since, but he put a stamp on Kong. Mike did his thing as well. I kind of wish Mike Doherty would come back to do some more MonsterVerse related stuff, because I think he was the best at building out the mythology of it all and the world building with King of the Monsters, which is still my favorite. But Wingard did his two things, and I know he was teasing doing his third movie, and I was looking forward to seeing what he would do, because the last two movies were very heavily Kong focused, and Godzilla's kind of just, as they describe in, GXK, a big angry baby who's just kind of rage fueled and just kind of taking out monsters and just trying to find places to nap and such. So he wanted to make Godzilla the focal point of the next movie, and I really hope that is the case, because Kong had was the focal point of the last two movies. He was legit the main character in each film, and Godzilla's kind of more so powering up. GXK, he had actually less to do than he did in GVK. But I am hoping that the next film kind of focuses more on his character, and Kong kind of takes the secondary stance. I mean, I'd still want Kong to have a significant role, but I feel like his story arc is pretty much mostly complete. I mean, there's more he could do. We could actually see him rule within Hollow Earth, which he basically kind of got to that point and really kind of became King Kong. But in terms of Godzilla, he just found a new place to nap in Rome. He's made peace with Kong, and Mothra's back, so he's not going to be as angry, and he's going to be kind of doing his shtick for a while. So I feel like now there's like so much you kind of do with him. Like, it's time, I think, for Dadzilla to show up in the next movie. So it's a possibility. Wingard hinted at he wanted to kind of take influence from Godzilla vs. Destroya. So will Destroya be the next villain? Will it be Gigan? Will it be Space Godzilla? If I had to pick like one Toho monster, it'd be one of those three. At least, if it were up to me, I'd save Space Godzilla as like the big final bad of the MonsterVerse. You want to do like Alien Invasion. I think the next movie should focus on kind of the fallouts of the Brazil thing, because Brazil got like destroyed. Like, Rio was all messed up. There was no warning or anything like that. Now you want to have the governments kind of infiltrating Hollow Earth, so it kind of creates a bit of conflict between the humans and the Titans, and maybe they kind of engineer like Titans of their own and something kind of along the lines of that. So you create like this conflict and you have kind of a war right there. So humanity and the Titans, like, they've been through some crap, and the world's not looking like the greatest at this point in time. But then that's where you kind of like, we're most divided. That's where in the Fallout movie you bring in aliens, and now they kind of have to unite after kind of fighting against this larger threat. So that's what I would do. And then maybe if you had to end the series, like, that's like, I'd at least do like 2 more movies. But we'll see what they want to do, because like Wingard talked about doing like a trilogy of films, and obviously like he had so many other projects he wanted to do because he spent so many years in the MonsterVerse, and now we're kind of in uncertain territory with the new director coming in. But one thing I do love is each film kind of has its own unique feel to it all. So will it be more akin to Wingard's? Will it be like somewhere like closer to Jordan's or Mike's or Garrett's vision? We'll see what happens with what Grant does here. So I hope, like I said, he's somebody who has love and passion for this IP, and please bring back Bear McCreary's music. That's one of my big requests. And, give Godzilla his son, because we need Dadzilla, and we need to continue the nonverbal storytelling of the monsters, which was a highlight of the last 2 films, which Wingard really did a good job pushing. So give us some of that stuff. So, all right, well, I've rambled on long enough. What do you think of this directing choice? Are you excited? You're a little optimistic? Where do you think it'll go from here? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit the bell for notifications, all that other fun stuff, and I will see you all in the next video, whatever that may be. Got some MonsterVerse news. We got a screenwriter. We got a director. They are fast-tracking the hell out of this thing. I mean, GXK, I think, is still in theaters, at least some small ones for right now. It's about to come out on like Blu-ray and that like next week, but they're moving along pretty quickly to get this thing in shape. So hopefully they don't rush it too much. Like, we actually have a really good, strong story to tell, and we're able to kind of like get something meaningful and worthwhile out of this thing. And, Grant, best of luck, sir. There's going to be a lot of fans who will be very happy, and there will be a lot of fans who will be very angry. This is, the Godzilla, fan base can be a little hostile at times. So best of luck. Hopefully, like, he does his homework on the stuff. I mean, he said in his Instagram post he was a big fan of giant monsters and that growing up as a kid. So hopefully he has, like I said, that love and passion like the other directors had for this source material. So best of luck. Can't wait to see what he brings to the table. Hopefully we get Godzilla's classic theme music back and we get rid of Junkie XL. There's some stuff I liked, but I miss Bear McCreary. So Dadzilla, Bear McCreary, next movie more Godzilla focus, but still kind of give Kong something to do, and I'll be happy. So, all right, well, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.